With so many crazy things happening in the news and all around the world lately, it can be very easy to go into a state of panic, fear, or anxiety. I want to cover 4 things that you can do right now, today, to become financially prepared during moments of crisis. Hey guys, it's Justine with Debt Free Millennials, the channel to help you crush debt and live payment free. It's been crazy the past couple of weeks. There's no doubt about it. Grocery stores are just absolute nuts. We went to Costco yesterday and I couldn't believe how many people were in line to get into Costco. And so I've been watching the news, watching the stock markets drop. Now, I'm not a healthcare professional. I am not a financial analyst. I'm not certified in that, but I can tell you that making decisions based out of fear and emotions alone is a bad idea. So I want to give you 4 tips to help you stay calm and confident during a time of crisis. Number 1 is you have to keep your emergency fund stocked. If you don't have a fund set up, now is the time to create this. I can't stress the importance of an emergency fund enough. This is the first thing that you need to set up before you start putting massive amounts of money towards debt. And this is exactly why where we're at with COVID-19 and where we're at with the stock market right now. This is especially why an emergency fund is put into place from the very get-go. So if you don't have one set up, create it. Start by opening up a separate savings account and transferring money into that account, putting as much money aside as possible. You'll also want to slow your fund spending. So any money that was previously spent on clothing, decor, Marshalls, Target, bars, restaurants, you need to slow that down temporarily so that you can make sure your basic needs are met and covered if this thing ends up stretching out for a couple of months. The second thing is to take inventory of your pantry. Can you actually work with the food that you have at home so that you don't have to go out? Now, I like to keep rice, Kodiak cakes, which are a type of protein pancake mix, on hand at all times. Canned goods, pasta, beans, all of these things will work to keep in your pantry and stocked at all times. So take inventory right now, see what you have, see what can get you through for a couple of weeks. The third way that you can stay financially prepared is it's okay to rework travel plans. So if you have some trips that are coming up within the next couple of weeks or months, see if you can call and get those rescheduled or canceled altogether. Kyle and I were supposed to be in Phoenix this past weekend for spring training, and it turned out that MLB canceled spring training, and ironically enough, our flight was canceled, and we just called Southwest, and Southwest is awesome about cancellations and refunded us our entire ticket. And we also are getting a refund on our MLB tickets. So you can just call, and honestly, I just feel so much better that we ended up staying in San Diego this weekend as opposed to just pushing and doing the trip anyways. It's just not worth it. Now, your 4th way to become financially prepared during this time is it's okay to pay minimums on all of your debt right now. And if you are going full force in your debt-free journey and you're paying more than the minimums, it's okay to temporarily step back. In fact, if you were doing this with your federal student loans, the president did waive interest on those federal student loans until further notice. That's the latest that I've seen as of March 14th. So if you are paying on those, just know that you won't be collecting interest during this time. You can pay the minimums and just focus on making sure your basic needs are met. Another thing that you can do, consider this like bonus tip number 5, is we're in the middle of March right now, so let's do a mid-month check-in. Go ahead and open up your bank account, open up your credit card statement, and see what transactions have already happened within the past 2 weeks. Now, You need to put this in a budget. I have the budget toolkit. You guys know about this. I will link to it below if you don't have one. Now, simply looking at your checking account or your credit card statement is not budgeting. You can't just look at it because you're not understanding where those transactions are, and they need to be organized inside of your budget. So what you're going to do is you're going to take inventory of how much income you've already brought in for this month and how much you've already spent for this month. And then you can do some evaluations to rework your budget to make sure that you're covering the basic needs again and you're minimizing or completely stopping the fun spending for the rest of this month. I hope that gives you guys some ideas. Obviously, stay calm, stay positive. We're just gonna have to ride out the storm, guys. Wash your hands, do all of those things that you know to do, and we're gonna make it through. If you guys have any specific questions that pertains to your life or your situation, please tell me below in the comments, and we're all here to help and get through this together.